Are you already losing sleep thinking about sending your child with ADHD or behavior challenges back to school? The meltdowns, the focus issues, the daily phone calls. You're not alone, and there's a reason that it feels so hard. Maybe you're already bracing yourself for the emails from the teachers, the meltdowns over homework, or watching your brilliant and creative child struggle in a system that just doesn't fit how their brain works. Well, if you're like most parents that we meet here at Foundations Chiropractic, you've tried the behavior charts, you've talked to counselors, maybe you've even considered medication, and yet something still feels off. You're still searching for real answers, something that actually addresses what's going on underneath the surface. Here's a stat that stopped me in my tracks. Between 2016 and 2022, over 1 million additional children in the US were diagnosed with ADHD. And today, nearly 1 in 6 kids experience sensory processing challenges. These numbers are growing fast, yet most doctors are still using the exact same approach that they did 20 years ago. Symptom management over root cause resolution. But what if there was another way? What if there was a natural, drug-free approach that looked deeper at the neurological root cause behind your child's struggles and then gave you practical tools to help them to thrive? Let's talk about that. This video is for the exhausted parents of children with ADHD, SPD, or anxiety, the parents who are done with Band-Aids and they're ready to understand what's really happening inside their child's body and their brain. I'm going to walk you through 5 game-changing strategies that can absolutely transform your child's school experience this year. And at the end, I'll share the piece that most people miss, the one that makes all of the others actually work. But first, let me tell you about Eleanor. Eleanor came into our office as a young girl with intense sensory challenges. Physical touch, itchy clothes, loud noises, even walking into a store would overwhelm her. And school, well, that was a daily battle. What we found was that Eleanor's nervous system was completely overloaded. She wasn't misbehaving. Her system was simply stuck in fight or flight mode. And through gentle, neurologically focused chiropractic care, we helped release that stress that had built up in her nervous system and activated the calm that her body desperately needed. She didn't just improve, the girl transformed. And the best part, she's not alone. Kids with ADHD or SPD aren't simply distracted or dramatic. They are often stuck in sympathetic overdrive. That's the fight or flight mode of the nervous system. And when that gas pedal is stuck down, kids live in a constant state of tension and overstimulation. And that makes it nearly impossible to focus, to stay regulated, or to make smooth transitions in the classroom. The root of this imbalance usually starts early on with what we call the perfect storm: prenatal stress, birth trauma, developmental delays, or early life challenges that just overload the nervous system and keep it stuck in that stress mode. So, how do we help these kids thrive? Let's start with some powerful strategies. And don't miss the last one. It's the foundation that ties everything together. Sleep. It's one of the most overlooked but most impactful pieces of the puzzle. Kids with ADHD and SPD often struggle with sleep, but it's also the one thing that can completely shift emotional regulation, focus, and learning. During deep sleep, the brain resets and it restores, creating a calming, consistent bedtime routine and shifting bedtimes earlier gradually, just 15 minutes at a time. And remember, better sleep doesn't just support the brain, it supports the nervous system. These kids need more than just rules. They need a system. Creating predictable routines, visual schedules, color-coded bins, and calming, organized spaces reduces anxiety and helps those kids stay on track. It's not about perfection. It's about reducing the daily overwhelm that drains your child's energy. Some of our favorite tips: lay out clothes the night before to reduce morning stress. Prep lunches and backpacks the night before too. Use visual checklists or get ready boards for morning and evening routines. Keep a consistent spot for shoes, for homework, and daily essentials to help reduce decision fatigue. Each of these small routines help create mental space for things that really matter, like learning, connecting, and regulating emotions. Movement is another powerful way to regulate the nervous system. Dr. John Ratey's book, Spark, shows that regular movement can be just as effective as medication for kids with ADHD. And we see it too. Kids who start their day with movement are calmer, more focused, and better regulated throughout the school day. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of movement in the morning, a walk, jumping jacks, bouncing on a trampoline, can make a huge impact. And here's a bonus. Teachers can apply this in the classroom too, encouraging movement first thing in the school day. Even something as simple as standing stretches or a classroom brain break primes their brains for learning and helps students to focus naturally. Now, maybe you've already tried all of that and you still haven't seen much change in your child. That's because there's a missing piece, and it's the foundation for everything else to work. If your child's brain is still stuck in survival mode, it's going to resist every tool that you throw at it, no matter how good it is. And that's where neurologically focused chiropractic care comes in. At Foundations, we use gentle, specific adjustments to calm the overactive sympathetic nervous system and activate the parasympathetic rest, digest, and regulate side. We also use insight scans to show exactly where stress is stuck in your child's system and how it's impacting their focus, behavior, sleep, and mood. When the nervous system calms, the sleep improves, the focus sharpens, the transitions smooth out, and your child finally gets to thrive. So if you're ready to stop managing symptoms and start supporting your child from the inside out, click the link in our bio to learn more, or DM us. Our care advocates would love to help you get started. You're not alone, and you don't have to figure this out by yourself. We are here to walk alongside you and help your child have the best school year yet.